Hi, I'm Ryan, the owner and founder of Face It Botox Bar, FIBB, Aesthetic Laser and Wellness. And I am welcoming back today in the studio
Hello.
Jennifer. And she is our marketing strategist, lead marketing director, and event planner, Jill of all trades, and helps implement marketing strategies and has great ideas to help educate the public about our business. So.
Absolutely. I'm always glad to be here and be next to you, Ryan. Here at Face It Botox Bar, we offer a lot of different options for women. Emsella, Diva, Emsculpt, BioT, all the different things, because obviously there's things too that as we start to age and get older, we want to age gracefully, right? There's things that some women don't want to talk about, right? Maybe they're having issues with, and it's just not a comfortable thing to talk about. We have a tendency to not talk about certain things like stuff down here or things that we're going through, that
Well, different decades of life, that we go through. We're in our 40s, and so we've already experienced the, being pregnant and going through that experience. And, those decades creep up on us quickly.
Yes.
And so there are things that we offer here with our wellness division, specifically for women.
I like that. And again, it's things that some maybe are having issues with that don't want to talk about. One is that's here that we offer, and maybe a lot of people don't know about or people don't want to talk about, is the Diva. So
let's dive deep into Diva.
Let's dive deep into Diva. And let's discuss the why behind Diva and what you guys offer, what we offer here as far as those kind of things to help women maybe down there a little bit.
So Diva is incredible technology that is a lot of women don't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually vaginal rejuvenation. And so when we discuss that with patients, when I'm in the rooms doing other treatment modalities on them, women talk to us. They tell us, all the providers, it's, things that they're going through, including, hormone replacement and things that we can help with that. And so there's a discussion that comes up often about vaginal rejuvenation, painful intercourse, vaginal atrophy, different decades of life, things happen to us and that affect us as women that they're embarrassed about, they don't talk about. And so even their gynecologists.
Right. Well, I think too, you think like something's wrong with you. You
Yes.
kind of were like even the vaginal dryness and things like that. And you're like, well, is something wrong with me? Like, what is this? And then you think is there no help? This is how I'm supposed to be. This is how things are going. And that's just, I have to deal with it.
And this is something we have done seminars about, and women are open up to us, which is, amazing. Patients in the rooms, I've had women crying, they have had their marriages affected because of the sexual, discussions. Men shoot them with testosterone, get them going, as they're in their 40s and 50s, they have issues with energy and libido, but women are really...
I don't think men change as much either as women do.
Yes, the emotional hormones. And so Diva really focuses on, and I personally went through it myself, and, Jennifer too, she can kind of elaborate on her story, but having, I'm a mom of 3, I had 3 kids vaginally, I, exercise every day and do those things. And then you have that other part of it, urinary stress incontinence. With Diva Vaginal Rejuvenation, when we discuss it, I just educate patients on leaky lubrication laxity, and it also helps with libido. So you can kind of...
Absolutely. We both have had that procedure done, and it does affect us, and it does definitely help. We've all noticed, and our patients too have noticed, but it's just that jump start in talking about it. So who would be like an ideal candidate? I know obviously we knew that we were, but give us some insight to that.
Any person that has had vaginal deliveries, even C-sections, but even women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and even those decades of life, we start experiencing vaginal atrophy. And this is actually a condition, and you can see where the vaginal canal looks less pink, less vibrant.
Right.
The blood flow to that area is less, and that is a big part of dryness, vaginal dryness. And again, women don't talk about it. That can, create painful intercourse.
Well, yeah, because then you've got, you're looking at over-the-counter creams and all these different things and medications.
How many creams? We joke about coconut oil and,
all this,
and patients are asking me, what should I use? And there are vaginal creams that they get prescribed by their gynecologist. But let me tell you, the Diva is amazing. I am a firm believer. I've been doing it for years. And it helped with, the vaginal dryness. It also helps tighten that area because, which we can get into the technology. Again, the Cyton has created an innovative, easy 7-minute procedure.
So take us through that procedure, because it does probably to some people sound a little overwhelming, right? What's the Diva? What are you doing with it? So take us through a little bit. Explain that procedure so people know.
And we also say from your face to below your waist.
So this is below your waist.
We are full service here.
That's right.
So with the Diva, we make it a spa experience. The patients come in, they do a consult with us. We obviously do their health history to make sure there's no, contraindications to doing the procedure. We make sure they've had their PAP. We make sure they have a consistent annual with their gynecologist. So typically they do the consult and then they'll come in, check in, and we numb that area. So patients numb themselves and, at the first treatment, because it's usually a series of 3, which we'll get into. First treatment patients are, a little nervous, but it's a spa-like experience, but yet medically, necessary type. But, they come in numb for about 45 minutes. And then we come in. We also include platelet-rich plasma, which is, incredible that's for wonderful. Healing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And Jen's had this done. So we would draw blood 7 minutes before the procedure starts. And then they're in the procedure room and it's literally 7 minutes.
Right.
There's 2 passes typically. I can treat a circumferential area if women have bladder stress incontinence, urinary issues.
Right.
And also grade 3 prolapse, like uterine prolapse.
That was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
I've got the prolapse, so that's helped a lot. So yeah, they're numbing up. They're coming in using the laser, the Cyton laser, which you support, and about 7 minutes. Procedure's done. What would be their side effects, or explain and I guess I can explain as far as the procedure being numb. I mean, it wasn't painful. You do hear like a knocking sound, I guess.
It's like a duck.
Yeah, it's like this quack sound, knocking sound. Nothing uncomfortable. The numbing helps.
It's a little spicy, as everybody knows. My word for spicy is a little painful. But we offer Pronox too,
correct.
Which is, pain. It's
kind of
nitrous.
Relaxes you.
Yeah. So it kind of helps with the pain.
Yeah. And then afterwards, side effect wise, what are you telling patients?
A little bit of spotting for 3 days. There's no engagement, intercourse, 3 days, taking a bath. They can't swim.
Right.
And, that goes back to what actually the Diva is. So Diva is halo for your vagina. It's ablative, non-ablative, resurfacing. And the cool thing is, So why I'm doing the procedure, this device compared to other devices is automated. So it's not provider dependent.
Correct.
Some of the other devices based on, the actual experience of the provider and what they're able to treat, this is consistent every time.
Right.
And we level up. So each,
you're getting a stronger treatment every time. Yeah. Because it's 3 treatments.
3 to 4 depends on the age too.
And usually they're about a month apart,
yes.
I believe. Okay.
30 to 45 days apart. And that goes back to Dr. Coyle, who did the clinical studies. He's a first-year gynecologist, and he's actually practicing in Florida. Did a clinical study on an 83-year-old, and he treated her with 4 treatments. They did a cellular biopsy, and after the 4th treatment, they sent pathology her biopsy, and she had vaginal tissue of a 40-year-old. The pathologist called him and said, I think we have the wrong specimen. So that, and in itself, the ablation's creating, more blood flow and more the tightening and just rejuvenating those skin cells. And so it's just an absolutely incredible treatment.
No, and I agree. And again, it's one of those topics that, people just don't, women, we don't want to talk about, or we think something's wrong with us, or, there is no help. So there is, and it's the Diva.
And then one of our packages include like a mommy makeover, or our ultimate FIBB, women rejuvenation package that includes Emsella. So we always, with our Diva treatments, we include Emsella packages. So
yes.
I've done
the Emsella.
She runs in, literally runs in to sit on that
I'm
machine.
like, it's 20 minutes. Yes. Because like I was telling you, like the whole prolapse bladder, having kids, all that kind of thing, jumping rope, laughing, you get like, okay, what's going on here? But Emsella is a super cool chair that you stay clothed, you come in, it's 20 minutes. It's another knocking sound, and it was made by the BTL Corporation. So it's a pretty neat device, and it kind of incorporates all of their things that they have. But it's a 20-minute procedure, and it's basically 20,000 Kegels.
Yes, it's the Kegel machine.
Yes.
It is pelvic floor therapy for men and women. And there's also a protocol that we can do for ED. for men. So that is a whole other discussion. But yes, it's a 20-minute procedure, it's 11,000 Kegels actually. In 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes, and you can feel a difference, when patients are sitting on it. We put patients on it to numb it, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I didn't know that existed.
Yes.
And so that is typically 2 to 12 treatments, depending on the severity and, different levels of the urinary incontinence, stress incontinence. But who wants to walk around doing a Kegel?
Right. Well, have you tried them? Because I have.
Yes.
And I don't think I could do that many in that amount of time.
So, and I don't know if you've experienced this, but after doing that, you can actually feel stronger Kegels that you're able to do on your own. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 2 to 12 treatments twice a week. And we include that with the Diva therapy, and all of our patients are more than happy. After the second treatment with Diva and doing the Emsella, they see results.
Right. And a lot of it too is, and for women, we talk about the sexual health part of it, right? Helping with sexual intercourse that maybe is uncomfortable, the leaking, the tightening, all those kind of things that, we think that there's nothing out there for, something's wrong with us. The Emsella chair is super, super cool, and it's comfortable. Again, you're in your clothing. It's 20 minutes.
One thing to speak about is confidence in these women. They've been married for 20, 25 years, and libido for everybody, as those decades of life, decreases. So one of our patients, and she did a testimonial for us and is doing some, seminar speaking, but she was literally crying that a physician had told her, if you don't use it, you lose it. And she came in for a facial, and, I met her, and, we were kind of speaking, and she saw something about vaginal rejuvenation on one of our TVs that we have in the waiting room. And so I met her. She had never been in before. And from that day, we had started, talking about her issues. And she has, had disclosed to me that she hasn't had sex with her husband in over a year. She has painful intercourse, extreme dryness. And her gynecologist told her that if you don't use it, you lose it. She started bawling and said, my confidence, my marriage is struggling. And so we got her on a whole, wellness plan. We started hormone therapy for her, and she just completed her third Diva. But after her second one, she had told me that, Ryann, she came in and she's like, I gave my husband a birthday present. And I was like, what? And she's like, we had sex. And it was incredible. She said it wasn't dry. There was no pain. And for her, she told me that changed her marriage. Like, it literally saved her marriage.
Absolutely. As far as if somebody's looking into something like this, like, who would not be a candidate for it?
Really, everybody is. I mean, if you're having any of those symptoms, and too, just, rejuvenation of that area, it's, most women suffer from one of the 4 symptoms that we talked about. So everybody's a candidate. Even women in their, 20s, they're, there's benefits to it. So I think, a recommendation, but, the process, just get started with us and come in for a complimentary consultation and have a real discussion with us about how we can help.
I love it. I love it. I love the women's stuff. I love diving into these kind of things. Again, something that women don't want to talk about that we offer here. And the discussion comes up. And like I said, the people that have had it done, I know I've been happy, you've been happy. And it's just something more to make us feel comfortable and make us feel good about ourselves, and that there's not something wrong with us just because we're aging.
Yes. And it shouldn't be an embarrassment. Women shouldn't feel guilty or, have a self-esteem issue of it, because there are these things out there to help us. So
absolutely. If you want some more information, you can find us at FIBBcast.com. You can call us at 239-322-3815 for a complimentary consultation.
Yes, and come dive into Diva with us.
Yes, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Do you fib?
I fib.
I fib.
You should fib.